Hey guys, how's it going, Rasher? And welcome back to an episode of Cards and Castles, the sequel, where we are jumping into some more gameplay, showing you guys a bit more about what's to come in early access, hopefully sometime in the future. I know we're on the original game right now, but that's just for convenience sake. It's the best I can do, considering that we don't have an official menu for the alpha version yet. But regardless, I do want to take a bit of time to preface what you're going to be seeing in this video, because it is, I think, slightly different from the other CNC sequels that I've done on the channel here. It is more gameplay for sure, which, you know, we're not unfamiliar with, but I do want to kind of mention that I think I've taken a more casual approach to this video here, and you'll kind of pick that up from the tone and the commentary going along with the gameplay. And normally it's like, you know, I try to keep things more on the high-end side of things, you know, breakdowns, speculations, and whatnot. But I feel like this is a nice sort of way to showcase to you guys how I'm interacting with the game from a player perspective. You know, it's been a couple months since I started playing that alpha, and I've kind of learned some tips and tricks to help me better my gameplay in that client. So I definitely think it's, you know, a cool thing to show you guys how I'm kind of perceiving the board, perceiving the cards, all that fine stuff. And from Derek's perspective too, I think me and him both are kind of subtle in that regard. So I just kind of wanted to make that note before we get into it. But without further ado, folks, I know you're here for some gameplay here, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Our game number 1 for the sequel in what I think is 3 matches that we did. So let's go ahead and jump into match number 1 right now. Alright, so first match, hands looking pretty nice here. Derek, what about you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Nice, hopefully a nice curve there.
I mean, we'll have to see. Ooh, it gets, well, I should be fine for like the first few turns here. But, yeah, Kier, see what you've got for me. Should be fun. Yeah, oh, Storm. Okay, well, that's a curse early. Curse is fine.
That's good.
Oh, shoot. So you're on the Storm package. I guess, talk to me a little bit about why you went with this, for
There's
this match.
there's a lot of good synergy with a couple of the legendary units in Pirates with the Storm. And also there's quite a few units along the way that will get a little buff here or there, a bit of damage reduction if there's a storm, a bit of extra damage output if there's a storm. It's a nice bit of faction synergy.
Yeah, sounds good here. I'm gonna throw the Dwarven Paladin though. I'm just gonna throw him right out in front here. And those skeletons, I mean, they could do a little bit from the top and the bottom, but definitely not the middle one.
Yeah, hitting the front of a knight now is like hitting your head on a wall. They are really tough.
Yep, alright, so I'm going to take some damage here, some damage there. Thankfully, the skeletons aren't exactly the strongest of boys here. Guess we'll do that. Yeah, that 1 damage block is lovely if you're actually using the knight, but yeah, brick wall. I like that analogy.
They are, especially some of the bigger knights. Some of the bigger knights on their front facing are almost untouchable.
You know what also is another knight that's pretty nice? Sunsteel Cleric. I'm just going to throw him out right here.
Those two go so well together, the Paladin and the Cleric.
Exactly. I mean, the healing between them is incredible in your early game, and really gives that Crusader turn 2, turn 3 a lot of life in the literal sense of the word.
Here we are, look. Here we are with a guide. Has a bonus based on the storm.
There's the storm synergy you were talking about. Yeah, the Manfish. Assassin. I feel like Manfish is probably a card that well, I don't know how much you talk about this, but I don't know. I feel like maybe is the weaker of the Storm faction. Storm faction, Storm archetype, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm just going to go off now and say some things. But yeah, definitely a nice little way to introduce yourself into the storm synergy throughout the matchup. You establish the curse first, and then get the manfish rolling, which is always fun to see. Oh, I got hit in the
Yeah.
face.
It was real nice drawing out the storm on turn one. It's a huge boost for this deck.
Yeah, losing the cleric though, not so much for me. You got me in a weird spot here, and we're not even in the mid game here. But I guess while we're thinking about this, talk to me about how your impressions have been with the game so far. I mean, you're a tester who's come in pretty recently into the fold here, and was a bit skeptical at first, like I think most people currently are. So I don't know if you want to share some thoughts you have gotten over the last few weeks or so. Not few weeks, like a few days actually, with this
Yeah,
game.
sure. Well, it's definitely a lot. When you first go on, there's a lot. It's it's a huge package of game, and at first the decision space and the strategy involved compared to CNC1 is almost immediately a lot bigger. Just having that standard two spaces in front of the castle, this is the best place to put your unit spot. That every time you deploy a unit, there is thinking in where does this guy need to be, because next turn you might not be going first. The initiative order means that you have to think half with not only where are they going to go, but when are they going to go as well.
Right.
Once you get a sort of hang of the initiative swing back and forward, it all starts to feel a little bit more comfortable. But at first, yeah, it's a lot, but rewarding as well. Though I like the strategy that it's bringing. You can really sort of plan the game like it were a strategy game, like it were a war game, as opposed to just being a pure CCG style, Magic the Gathering style game. There's a lot more. Where do I need this to be, as well as just what do I need this to be.
Exactly, and I think they've mentioned that several times through recent AMAs and questions. How I think their direction is definitely more of a tactical strategy game as opposed to the standard card game that I think CNC1 has fallen into, just being around so long and with how old it's been on the market. So the change, I think, yeah, I totally agree with you, is a lot more noticeable than the previous game anyway. The question is though, what am I gonna do with this Furnace Knight?
He's a big boy. You don't want that rear. That's the thing with the knights. That a knight on the front facing is so much more than a knight is on the side or the rear.
Right. The thing is that I feel like I leave a piece of me exposed regardless. Maybe this isn't the right move here, but we're gonna do that. Alrighty. Let's. What do I want to do? Am I gonna? Yeah, I am. I think I need some kind of board presence though, so I'm gonna move the book back. I don't want everything dying to the huge pyro flame.
Where do I need?
But yeah, you can kind of see like we're definitely more concerned about like we mentioned, where things are going, how things are gonna act, what we need them for. I think that definitely goes to the tactical aspect, the strategy aspect. I think they want to be in this game, and I mean it's really fun too. Maybe I'm a
Yeah,
little more
yeah,
biased saying that because I've been around for a few months, but yeah, no, I enjoy this a lot.
yeah. Agreed. Once the initial culture shock of it is set in, it's a good game. That's the thing. It's a lot of strategy. There's a lot of thinking, and that's what you want from a strategy game. Is the room to make strategy.
Hmm.
it did take me a few games to get rid of the hang-ups from playing. I mean, I used to play CNC one a lot, so there was you're going in with a kind of you expecting certain things from CNC one. You don't get those things. You think, whoa, this is a big change. But yeah, it's a good game. It's worth sinking the time in to get used to it because once you have done, the amount of strategy in this game allows for quite a lot of really fun games that you wouldn't have gotten from CNC one. Games are a little bit longer sometimes, I think, but not necessarily a bad thing in itself.
Right. Well, I think I got a Bob Voyager down here. Oh, yeah, it's still Voyager. Some of the name changes too still get me from time to time, but that's okay.
I noticed today the Grudge Bearer is now the Winter Ward.
That's true. Different name, but the same grumpy dwarf.
And he's still a beefy boy. What I want to do here, I wanted to show off some of the big storm guys, but I can't draw them.
Yeah, that element hasn't changed between the games. There's always a reliability on the draw that is still present. More pyros though. That's gonna. Alrighty. Ooh, and in the end, the smithy. I think I just gotta weaken some things on this board here, just a little bit. I'm hoping some healing I'm getting off the paladin, the cleric, and the spells will help me stay alive here, but you're really giving me some big burn with these pyromancers.
Yeah, two pyromancers out together is a pretty formidable force. And it's quite nice how some of the units have been repurposed to such new roles.
Mm-hmm. Like the paladin, like Smithy, who, while still a buff per se, is not the global force that we kind of remember him as in the original game here. Serpent Witch no longer stunning things. Again, definitely a big change there. Ooh.
And they show a new.
Oh, and there's the land shark. I think what's funny about this one, I think the card art for this was revealed today in the Q&A. So people understand what the card art is, but now they get to see more of the actual card, which is cool. Yikes, this is a pain though. I don't think I'm out of this though.
That's quite a lot.
Well, I mean, I've got some tricks deck. That's the thing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh god. Oh boy. All right. Well, we gotta shield up. Let's shield the castle up. That should help, kind of. And then let's just. I think we should do that.
I suppose what these guys are showing off well is that sometimes the spell runes can originate from a unit rather than from a card itself. Like the pyromancer's having an inbuilt ritual spell.
Yeah, and what's nice is that you can click on that rune and observe that it is a pyromancer spell activating. You've got the Age of Fire over here. It's a nice little way to kind of figure out what's on the board. Because, I mean, the runes themselves, the art is very similar. Oh, and there it goes. Yep. That hurts. I think I have to do this. Let's get the cleric out of at least one of the pyro runes. And the good thing here is that I can pretty much, yeah, take some damage, but we're gonna get a lot of the board. Ooh, beautiful. Am I okay? I think I might be alright. You kind of went in a lot on that hand, so I don't know how much more you got left in the tank for me.
We shall see.
No, that's it's threatening if I ever heard it. Oh boy. But I mean, so far so good. Hope you guys are enjoying the gameplay. All right, getting mana burst up. It's another thing I think that you had to get used to, right? The mana tower. Oh shit, that's cracking.
Yeah, the second currency is straight away a big change there, of course. It's another thing to keep it in your sort of thought space about your game. Your mana is not as abundant as your gold will be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some decks you could probably make a druid deck that was as high in mana as it is in gold, but most decks are going to have to choose between a bunch of awesome units that use mana. You can't fit them all in. You won't have the mana to fit them all in. You've got to think, which of these units do I fit my deck best, and take them with mana in mind. Legendaries, obviously, for the most part, use a lot of mana.
Right. Oh, does the math work on this? I don't think it does. I think I got something cool, but I think I'm hurting on the mana for it. This turn anyway. Oh. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
And Kraken comes with Rampage in the Storm. Yes, it does. Oh, I might.
That's all that time from that first turn. Basically, that storm was waiting just for this moment.
Oh, I think I have to go for this. No, it's not what I need. Oh, that hurts a bit here. Alright, well, I think I have to go with the good boy, the Saurus. Because I think... Yeah, Kraken actually can't hit over the Saurus this turn, which is pretty big. That kind of shuts down the Rampage here. Rampage changing to they can move and attack continually as long as as long as you get the kill.
The rampage just keeps going. Obviously, it's limited by your actions within your turn, but if you can keep the Kraken alive, that boy can just keep on going. Like a game of checkers, taking one piece and taking another piece and taking another piece. It's pretty scary.
Right. Okay, so that's pretty good. We can do this with the Kraken. And it puts it out of... Even if my board gets wiped here, you still actually can't remove the castle this turn, which is pretty important. Unless you got the second Incinerate in hand. But yeah, this is pretty much the whole process here. Shoot. That's disappointing. Oh, that is maddening. I gotta go with another SARS here, but... Oh, the backlog. It'll make sense after when I tell you what's going on here, but... Oh boy. Alright, another storm, even though one is still up. All right.
Yeah, there's a quick tip to people when they do get to play. Remember your mana towers. If you've got 3 gold left, summon that mana.
Oh dear, how do I want to do this? You know what? I think I'm just gonna pass it back to you, my friend. You can proceed how you want to. The knight can't reach the Kraken this turn. But then again, I don't think you're gonna be able to really do a whole lot with the just aside from going face.
Might as well.
And Voyager, yep, doing the thing. Oh, I think I'm just dead anyway next turn. You have the initiative.
True.
Yeah.
Unless
Another.
you get a bird.
That's true, but that's another element again that you have to keep in mind of when you're planning things out here. The initiative going back and forth between who gets what abilities. It's pretty powerful, pretty impactful. Like you see here, like if I had my turn, if I had that initiative, I could maybe take out the Kraken, but because I'm losing that, might not be the case here. We'll see if this can help me though. Nah, Kraken's still just too big.
He is a big boy. It's nice to see the Kraken back to his terrifying best.
Yeah, I did have the triple Luminaris in hand. I was trying to get a right opportunity to use it, but it was just not coming into play this game. Alright, Derek, that was good. It was a good round. You did well, my friend here, but it's not over. We've got some more games to play here, so I'll see you in the next game.
Yep.
Alright, let's do it. Alright, Derek, we're back for round 2. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit of a rougher start than the first one was for me, but we're gonna make do with what we have here.
Oh, same. The Mulligan was not a kind lady this time.
Alright, well maybe I can get something going here actually, a little bit faster. I'm gonna start out with the good old trading post. This one's a little.
Money.
It's a little bit neater than the common merchant's estate here because for that extra mana investment, you're actually getting treasure to put into the next turn here. So a little bit different from the standard estate building that we've got. A little bit of variation for that extra mana investment. I think that mana investment's going to help me out here going for a turn 2 Dwarven Miner.
Ooh, he's fairly big for this early on. Well, then I have to dwarf you off.
Alright, dwarf for dwarf. This is interesting. I'll move up a bit here. I'm gonna pass on that attack unless you want to take something. Decisions.
Yeah, I will.
Alright.
I've got the block on my attack, so
That's true.
not too bad. And then to follow up, we have a big boy.
Oh, we do have a big boy. I've got an old guy. Does that count? Yarm Giant, though, another big change from his counterpart here, going from like what 9 gold to now 3-2.
Yeah, he's got a mana cost, so he's not as cheap as he first appears. But yeah, certainly a change in role for him.
Alright, meanwhile, my dwarf going up because of that Colossi push mechanic described on that lovely tooltip.
which is slightly random as well. There's something that is not immediately apparent. The push move isn't. You can't plan ahead with it 100%. You have to account for a little bit of variable.
Mm-hmm. I think we're just gonna use a little bit of that variable here. We gotta remove the paladin. I don't know if that was a good line, but we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna throw a Sea Witch Blast at you.
Hmm. I'm gonna drop my levels, which I don't like.
Yeah, especially by 2 with something like a Yarm Giant. It's pretty impactful.
So what we will do instead is
Boost you up 5 more. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, in that
see how
case,
big we
Miner's gonna run up. I don't think you can afford to move and interact with my things, though, because you gotta keep
are. No,
that giant right there.
that is correct.
Yeah, so we can do a little bit of avoiding here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go down here. Thankfully, my units aren't gonna be impacted by the Sea Witch spell. You're gonna go back at big boy.
A very big boy.
Not exactly what we like to see, but we'll make do.
Hmm. Now I think we shall.
Oh, the Winter Ward. Speaking of the Grudge Bearer, there he is again. Another 70% here. To be honest, my hand's not looking too strong. I think I might just go with, yeah. Pass it back to you, my friend. I think this should bring you to what, level 6 on the Yarm? He's moving ever so
Yeah.
farther. I think I gotta try take a little bit of extra damage from you with the frozen aspect of Ice Weaver. Because if a thing is frozen, it takes a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I think it's a reasonable amount. 30% more. Yeah,
Let's-
Freeze has not even played around with a huge amount yet, but it seems it could have some potential.
I mean, sometimes the difference is hard to spot when a Yarm Giant is so powerful. Oh, and there's Temple. You see, folks, Temple is also a little bit different here. No longer just giving chain lightning to everything here. It is still working with lightning, thankfully. It's not totally different from its roots here, but again, this is the element of deck building that we kind of mentioned, where you can build a deck around Temple and lightning effects in Vikings and make it do something. You can build it around Blizzard and have it do something. You can combine the two and do something. There's something for everyone here, for sure. Although the question is, what am I gonna do? I think we'll throw a bit more damage onto you. Yep. And you can remove the Sea Witch if you want.
I'm not sure that she dies here, you know.
Oh, does she not? Oh no, because the Grudge Bearer is smaller. Yeah. So I guess we'll take 9 from you then. Move the Scout up, I assume, and then yeah, Smithy's gonna fall back here. Remove my Miner. All right. Well, you do have the initiative.
Hmm.
So see which is probably going to die here regardless.
It's time for another big boy.
Oh, shoot.
He is a very big boy.
Well, I mean, Brynjolf going back to his roots for this one here. No longer the Rune Warrior. He is reincarnated as Brynjolf. But you know what, Derek? I think if you want to roll with a classic, I think I might do something spicy as well.
Oh. Ooh.
The big dragon hits the board. And not only that, but delivering a mighty frost aura, similar to Freezing Pillar, but thankfully not really. Alright, a little level boost there. I don't think, yeah, Brynjolf can't remove me from this board. Which is, you know, I'm very thankful for that.
Oh wow. Well, what have you been feeding that sea witch?
Nutrients, I think. Ooh, this is gonna be a choice and a half here. I think what I might have to do is just get rid of the Brynjolf here. As fun as he was on this board here, my friend, I have to let you go. You're dismissed here. I think Yenneroth might clean this thing up for me, Derek. The board isn't looking too hot to deal with the Yenneroth. Oh, I mean, you can do the... Okay. The Chain Lightning. I think we'll just move this down here.
Not good for me.
No. Certainly not. I think I'm gonna put another scout on the board here. Pass it back to you, my friend. Anything to deal with the big boy. Oh, and I'm on the initiative too. That's nice.
So big.
How do you feel about dragons being their own sort of like legendary subtype, by the way? I guess that's something that people may not realize.
Yeah, they're a class of their own, aren't they? It,
Alright,
it's quite good because they can hit flying units. Most melee can't, obviously they're not flying. Most things can't hit flying units. Dragons can. One little thing that gets overlooked, I think.
That's true. Oh, we don't get the Dagger Storm exactly where we need it to be. But that's alright. I think we'll finally remove the Angry Man from the field. He did some good work, but I think his time is now.
Oh dear, I don't want to go close to that thing. It's a scary, scary creature.
That's true. Especially in a blizzard, right? I think that's... Yeah, the blizzard really makes him shine here. Thankfully, all dragons do have some sort of caveat to them, so... I mean, sure, you're seeing Yenneroth as a very impactful creature here, but if, you know, if it wasn't for this blizzard, I wouldn't be getting this frost aura that comes equipped with him. And similar to him, a lot of the other dragons I find have some sort of twist to them that, you know, you gotta fulfill to really get the big use out of it. I'm not gonna do spoilers here, obviously. But yeah, that's, I guess, something to keep in mind here. You might be in the comments heading right now going, you know, Dragon's super impactful, super OP. That's not really the case that I've found so far. They're good, but they're not game, and well, they're not like game breaking. I think that's an important distinction to note.
You have to build around them. They're
Mm-hmm.
expensive. They've got caveats to them, but they can usually smash the castle in an attack or two.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they sometimes need a little bit of thinking, but the payoff's there. I mean, there's very little that's got the raw stats of one of the drones. Very little.
For sure. I'm trying to think off my head here what does. I think maybe. God.
Maybe crack.
Maybe. But then again, I mean, we can't really spoil what Craxus is all about now. We gotta give the people the here and now.
Yeah, well, I mean, from what we've shown, we've seen Kraken and Yenneroth as two examples of real big game-changing legendaries.
I mean, Brynjolf probably could have done more, but, you know, we just took him out way too early.
This is true.
Alright, well, it's back to you, my friend. You're on the initiative here. Oh, and the neat little combat trick that is Genevieve.
I don't think it's going to save me, but just to put a little speed bump in your plans.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think we're just gonna walk in here. I'm gonna mana burst. I'm gonna walk in, do a little bit more, and that's actually all I can do. So we'll pass it back to you.
It might not have been hugely obvious what Genevieve did then, but the fact that she immediately started the combat phase and skipped your summon.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
a pretty powerful ability when your board's right for it.
it's really impactful. And it goes both ways too. If you're on the initiative or if you're not on the initiative here, just having that ability to move the combat directly into your hands is something incredible here. Now, I do have one more trick I think that I want to show the folks at home here who are interested because this guy right here, Fenrir, he was shown off to the community via the Q&A channel over on that new Discord server. So people know that Fenrir is a card and he has this cool little ability now that adds Ragnarok to your hands. But people don't know what the Ragnarok effect is, Derek. Do you know what the Ragnarok effect is?
I have had the dubious pleasure of seeing it used against me, yes.
So for those of you who don't know, the Ragnarok is actually a spell that pretty much wipes the board here, destroying everything except the castles, reducing costs of units and structures to, you know, literally free. Sort of a rebirth, if you will, when Fenrir comes out. I mean, it costs some mana. It's got a heavy mana investment of 7, but man, oh man, it really pops off when it hits the board. It's fantastic to watch in action. But Derek, that is going to be all for game number 2, my friend. We're gonna
That one. I got an absolute smashing.
from the big man himself, the big dragon himself, Yenneroth here. But Derek, I don't think it would be fair to end off on a tie of 1-1 apiece here. I think the people want to see a tiebreaker, if you will. So, what do you say we hop into that next game, game number 3 here for all the marble? You down for it?
Yeah, sure, can do another one. Let me just have a quick.
All right, Derek, in game number 3, man, it's for all of the 2 marbles that we established in the last 2 games. Should be fun. And you go back to the first deck? You're back on the Pirate Warlock here.
Well, no, because this sort of shows off the point I made earlier about the same colours can yield some very different decks. Because this deck is pretty different to that last one.
Alright, well, happy to see it here. Oh, he's going to start with the trading post now. Alright. Alrighty. I'm going to pass, though. I don't have anything turn 1 here, so it looks like you're going to get the treasure and call it a day, it looks like. Yep. Just like that. Alright. Let's see how Mobster fares on the board.
Well, in that case, we shall just pop out a Fencer. Pretty good defensive unit.
I think the Guardians are meant for more of that defensive structure, which, I mean, Mobster is too. But I mean, Fencer can deal some big damage if I'm not careful about it. I think I'm just gonna pass back here. You gonna? Alright. If I do more on the side here? No, I actually get hit more. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go with that. I think that's fine.
I have got one similar unit from the other deck, and that is the trusty Pyromancer.
Oh, yep. And I mean, listen, I'm just gonna bring back out our classic friend, the Sunsteel Cleric, and a bit of healing on this mobster and pass it back to you. But I mean, if you guys have noticed throughout the game here, we're definitely focused more on where we want our units to be. Again, that positioning aspect kicking in. I'm gonna lose the mobster now. Yep, there he goes. Thankfully, I can get a little bit of a smack on this Pyromancer here because of where I placed that Cleric.
And because you have initiative next, it's not too much of a big deal to leave the cleric's sides open.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, here's something that we actually didn't get to show off here, I think, Derek. The fact that we have tutors now in this game. I'm gonna pop a book of deeds here. I think, did I use a tutor last game? Or the game one? I might have, and I didn't explain or didn't make a big deal out of it. But I do think the fact that we have searcher cards is really cool as another layer of deck building into the game.
I think most of the sort of major tropes have got something equivalent. I mean, there's two or three of those kind of cards scattered throughout.
Mm-hmm.
So we should make some fireworks. That. Do for now.
Interesting. I guess because I'm not really gonna be able to. Yeah, man, this Pyromancer's like the Sea Witch from last game. It's just not gonna fall no matter how much I hit it. It's a little disappointing, but you know what? It is what it is. Oh, and speaking of it is what it is, there goes the newer Pyromancer of the two.
Yeah, slightly overkill perhaps, but you're getting too much board presence up in there, so you have to get rid of some of it.
That's fair. Ooh, and the cheeky thief.
More fireworks from that man. That'll do.
You know what? I think we might do something a little bit big ourselves this turn, actually. Not only are we going to shield up a little bit here, I'm going to throw down the card I couldn't last game and get this Luminaris going. And Luminaris, sort of reminiscent of its old version here, but getting a little bit of a heal on top of it. It's kind of nice for that knight support here. And he's going to mug my books. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get rid of that.
That's a shame.
I think we will keep the Pyromancer around. Hopefully for another turn.
No.
No, he's chasing after.
I'm still in the Lumi range, so I'm still safe. And then we're gonna be able to pop this. You're getting a lot of treasure next turn. Jeez, 3?
Yeah, really hope that I pull one of the units that it's in there for.
Well, we'll get the cleric back at full health here, which is a welcome addition. We're gonna see though if I can get my friend here to shine, Headmaster Saurus gonna return for round 2. It might cost all my resources here, but I'm gonna invest a little bit here.
May have to introduce the headmaster to Cargrom.
Oh no. And Cargrim's certainly a new presence on within the game. Again, a little bit different from what you might remember on his former art here. Ooh, that might have been not the play though, Derek. I don't know if you've remembered this, but we get a little spicy when Sara steps on the runes.
I had somewhat forgotten that, but it's okay. It's okay.
I believe in you, Derek. You can overcome this. I don't hope that though, cause okay. Hmm.
I need to put this. Out his way. Not the same mistake as last time.
It's true. Um. Curious. I don't know how exactly I'm going to. I don't think I'll be able to respond to this properly here, but I am gonna do a little bit of blocking, so Cargrim can't immediately smack me in the face. Oh, there's gonna go. Saurus is gonna die regardless. I don't think he keeps the. Yep. Doesn't keep that little extra useful stuff. Man, you don't like my things, huh?
There is a lot of burn in this deck. I forgot how much was in here. One hit me.
I'm considering it though, because if I hit you, it technically takes away more power from you to actually hit the castle. So like, even if Cargrim is gonna come in and smack, right? Because he's weaker, because he has lower health, he
Yeah,
loses attack power. Yeah.
Fatigue is a real thing for sure.
And I think what's great is that I have a little bit of the nice cleanup for this. And on top of that, we can just do a bit more burn to the castle and hope that I don't explode from like another Cargrim or something. Alright, he's gonna man a tower. Still enough though for another Cargrim. We cannot forget that very important fact.
Sadly, no with a Cargrim.
Ugh. Oh, the professor though. That is someone who's gonna hit. Ooh, alright. I think what I gotta do here is block off for the mage. Hope that's alright.
I
mean, you
don't
tapped
want
out
to.
anyway, so you can't even throw down a spell, I think. We're getting close, Derek. We're getting real close. Three cards. What do you got for me? Alright. Come on, you got something here, Derek. Come on, anything. Oh, that's a big
That's a
thing.
big spell. That's a lot of
Mm,
fire.
that is a lot of fire. What do you say though about this?
Oh, it's gonna be close.
It really is. Uh,
I think that might finish it for you.
I don't know though, because I mean, if this, I think I'm gonna throw down this too, just to be a little extra safe here, because the Lumi can, my friends, heal the castle as well, because
It,
it's targets, not just units, which is
what
pretty
order is
important.
gonna go off?
Well, I think that's still based on priority here. So Dragon's Fire should pop, then Age, then
Yeah.
the Luminaris here. But I mean, if Dragon's Fire doesn't do the job, I think Age will, but I'm not sure. Because if the Dragon's Fire pops first, it kills my Furnace Knight, which actually is giving up giving a 20% boost to my runes. So will that affect my Age of Fire is the question here, and that's kind of why I wanted to put the Luminaris down. Oh wait, I can just walk out of the Dragon's Fire. There we go. Sometimes you almost miss the little things like that here, which...
Yeah, I think tons of plays in those games as well.
But Derek, this was a blast, man. I want to thank you for joining me today. I know we didn't do a whole lot of super in-depth discussion here, but I'm hoping that the gameplay that me and you showed was, again, something that people can observe and really hopefully take something away from, and I think we accomplished just that. I don't know how you're feeling after all these matches, though, Derek.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It's so easy to make misplays when you're trying to concentrate on like the video making part of it. But yeah, it's fun.
All right, folks, and with that being said, I'm gonna throw it out to maybe my future self here. I don't know. I would assume my future self to close out this video. It is I, the future RedMaster, here to close out the video as foretold by my past self. That's right, guys. We are coming to a close here on this sequel video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that gameplay that me and Derek delivered. Quite some exciting matches back and forth with hopefully a lot more to come in the future. But let me know what you guys thought of this gameplay. Let me know your thoughts by leaving them down in the comment section below, as well as being sure to like the video if you did enjoy it, sharing it with your friends, and of course subscribing to the channel if you are new or haven't done so already. It's the best way that you can show your support to the channel and help us grow here ever so closer to the 1K milestone as we continue to climb that mountain. But yeah, that's gonna. I think that's gonna be it for me for now. So until next time, guys, stay gaming.